Κυρίες και κύριοι, φίλοι του Hondos News, καλώς ήρθατε σε άλλη μία θετική συνέντευξη, στην οποία σήμερα θα έχουμε έναν εκλεκτό καλεσμένο, έναν καλεσμένο που οι οπαδοί του Παναθηναϊκού θα τον θυμάστε σίγουρα, λόγω του ότι μαζί με τον Σαριέγγι, τον Γιώργο Σαριέγγι, τη χρονιά του νταμπλ, κρατούσε την άμυνα του Παναθηναϊκού, της θρυλικής εκείνης ομάδας, η οποία πήρε τον νταμπλ το 2009-10, το τελευταίο νταμπλ που πανηγυρίσαμε και το τελευταίο πρωτάθλημα που πανηγυρίσαμε εδώ και 11 χρόνια. Σε λίγο μαζί μας θα είναι ο Σεντρίκ Καντέ. Ο Καντέ, ένας παίκτης ο οποίος γεννήθηκε στο Στρασβούργο με καταγωγή από το Μαλί, ξεκίνησε στην τοπική ομάδα από το 1999 και έμεινε εκεί μέχρι το 2006 όταν μετεγράφει στην Is με 97 συμμετοχές και 2 γκολ. Ήρθε τον Παναθηναϊκό το 2009 και έφυγε το 2012. Σε μια αρκετά ταραγμένη περίοδο για την ομάδα, μας χάρισε 88 συμμετοχές και 2 γκολ. Σε ένα από αυτά τα 2 γκολ είναι το 30ο γκολ του Παναθηναϊκού στην Ευρώπη και το τελευταίο που βάλαμε ποτέ σε όμιλο Champions League, στο 3-1 με την Κοπενχάγη τον Δεκέμβριο του 2010. Σε λίγη ώρα θα τον έχουμε κοντά μας για να μας απαντήσει στις ερωτήσεις μας. Hello, Mr. Kante.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm waiting for normal life for 1 year, like everybody.
We too.
Yeah.
But
as soon as we have good health and the family is okay, it's not big deal. I think we will pass through this period and the life will be better.
Okay, where are you now? Are you in France or in another country?
No, I live in France in Strasbourg, which is my hometown. So I'm there for 5 years now.
Okay, I have made the presentation. Let's go on.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me when did you start playing football? By what age?
I start very early because I was 7. I was 7, and it's the first sport my parents bring me to. So it's like I play football like till for the beginning. Sorry.
Okay. You were born in Strasbourg, right?
Yes.
It was the first team you played.
The first team I played, the name it's a small club in Strasbourg, and the name is Vauban. It's one of the most famous amateurs club in France because they used to win third division league, in the 80s. So it's a small club, but it's a famous one.
It's a famous amateur club. Okay.
Exactly.
You started playing in Strasbourg. When did your career started to get well to play more games, and then you left from Strasbourg in 2006 and you went in Nice?
Yeah, exactly. When I first signed my professional contract, the first year I didn't play. Then I went to loan in two different second division club, and there I start playing more and more. So I felt more confident. And then when I came back to Strasbourg in 2004, we can say that in 2003, we can say that my career starts for the first division at least in July 2003 with Strasbourg.
Okay. I want to know, the next year you went to Nice, where you have 97 appearances and 2 goals. When did Panathinaikos ever approach you in 2009?
The first contact I had with Panathinaikos was in January 2009. My contract was ending 6 months later, and some agents contact me to say that I had the opportunity to sign a 3.5 contract there. So I start speaking with the club, with Nice, because we had a lot of respect, to each other. So I didn't want to fight or to argue, just to leave for free.
Peacefully.
Yeah. So I spoke with the coach, and despite my my situation in terms of contract. I was free at the end of the season. He put me on the field like every game. That's what he told me at the beginning of the season. So I didn't want to have problem with him. So he wanted me to stay. So he had been very clear. So I make up my mind very fast, very quick. And I decided to stay and to wait until the end of the season to see if I had a chance to leave Nice to play in another country. That was the goal. The goal of not signing a new contract with Nice. And then in June, I was very far away. I was in Japan for my holidays, and my agent, my official agent, sent me a message to say, okay, we have almost a concrete offer from Panathinaikos. Are you still interested? It sent me a fax because back in the days it was the fax and with the condition, with the contract, and I decided to join a new life in Greece during my holidays in Japan.
I want to know, did you know anything about Panathinaikos, his history?
To be honest, no. Of course I heard about the team when I check the players. I knew some of them, especially of course Karagonis, Katouanis, very famous even in France since the Euro. But I wanted to play abroad, and the idea and the possibility to play to want to be a champion and to play Europa League or Champions League. For me, it was great. It was great. Even if in France we are not very interested about the Super League, we have to be honest, and now even less. But I was very excited to discover a new country, new culture. Even if when I arrived, I realized that it was not that far from south of France culture. It was more difficult when I moved from Strasbourg to Nice than from Nice to Athens. The way of life, the way, simple things, the way people drive, the weather, everything, and I felt immediately so close with this culture. So I think this helped me a lot for my integration, because few years younger, if I had moved from Strasbourg directly to Athens, I think it could be very, very difficult.
Okay. When you came in Panathinaikos in summer 2009, the first coach was Henry Kate. What do you remember of him? Because he left in November 2000. Yeah, he left in November.
Yeah, same year. He left before December. I remember that he had a very, very strong character. I had one coach with a big character, also a coach from Corsica in Nice for 3 years. But I think with Tenkate it was even more because I will not say that he had a bad character, but sometimes he was very difficult. I think with you, with a journalist, with the media, it was maybe a nightmare to deal with him. But in terms of tactical skills, I think he was one of the best coach I had, because the training session, the tactical responses with the opponents, it was very high level. I remember that, and if you deal with Tenkat, if he trusts you on a pitch, it gives you good strength, because you have to be ready to play in his team. So yeah, I remember that, and also his staff, the whole staff with the other guys from Netherlands and with the Yanis also, it was great. You know, the atmosphere was great. It was hard with him. It was a very, very, very hard, sometimes harsh and everything. But at the end of the day, if you show some characters, he put you on the field and you play.
Okay. Do you remember how Panathinaikos, what was your first feeling when you saw Stadium Oaka, when you saw your teammates? What was your first feeling from Greece and Panathinaikos?
I felt like I was at the right place. That's what I was looking for. You know, a big club with a I would say big history, legacy, and also with a nice, let's say, you know, the athletic center, Peanya, because we used to be in Peanya at this time, and me in Nice or in Strasbourg, it was okay, but it was not that level, you know. It was very, very, very nice, you know, Peanya with the room inside. It's like an hotel. We were able to eat from breakfast until dinner at Peanya. It was I felt so comfortable, you know, and that's when I saw Waka, you know, 70,000 seats. It was great. Even if I've been told that it is even better to play in Leoforos, but you know, it's always good to play in a big stadium. So I felt immediately comfortable. I think, and I felt lucky. I felt lucky and blessed to be in this team because I felt the passion and the love of the fans, the pressure, of course, that is compulsory in this kind of team and this kind of condition. You cannot have a good contract, good condition, and don't feel any pressure. Maybe only in Monaco in France you can have this. But you don't have fans. So I prefer to have fans and to have this pressure. So that's what I felt when I just came.
Okay, in 2009, except you, there was one other French player who came in Greece, Djibril Cissé.
Yeah.
Was he one of the players who, when you first came, have the first touch with him?
I knew him because I've already played against him when he was in Auxerre, when he was in Marseille. So we knew each other, you know, let's say. But I was very curious because, you know, the image we had in France from him, it was not that clear, you know, when you don't know the people, and he's very famous and. With his behavior on the pitch, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest, and we had a very good relationship, you know, because I was with him all the time at his apartment. We were talking in the same room for the preparation as well, and and at the end of the day, I realized that it was a nice guy. Very focused on his job, and on the pitch he was fantastic. So he helped me to win some titles. So I will, you know, I will thank him for the rest of my life.
That's very nice. Keep going. In November of 2009, Henk ten Kate was fired from Panathinaikos. The new coaches was Nikos Nioplas and Christophe Vazeka. What was the relationship between you as a team and them as coaches?
Nioplas was, I think he left the under 23 of Greece to come.
Yes,
something like this.
Yes, exactly.
So he used to work with young player, and he was more close with the player, you know, than Tenkat. He came and he wanted to feel in our eye that we were, you know, we agreed with his method, with his system, and from my side, the only, it's not a problem. The problem comes from foreign players, but he was not speaking English very well.
Yes.
We can also say that not at all. So for the communication, it was not easy. But football is, you know, it's universal language. So, and one night thing about his arrival. I remember the first training session. You know, I was playing in the first 11 for some days with Tenkat. You know, after some difficult months.
Yes.
Finally, I was in a team, and I had a good level. And when Nobias came, I saw that he wanted to put, I think my friend Matthias Biasmia. Instead of me, you know, because we did like a game at the training, and he put me in the other team. And in 2-3 good defensive action, he changed his mind. And 5 minutes later, I changed the team, and I was in the first 11 for the rest of his mission. So sometimes some details, some attitudes are very important. And of course, we won the title a few months later. So
I want to ask you, did you know anything about the atmosphere in Greek stadiums, in Greek fields? Did you know anything? What we are doing here in football when we see football inside stadium?
If I knew about the atmosphere before I signed to Panathenαϊκos?
Yes, before.
No. When I first made some small research, I heard about the derby, of course, but you know, it's an old era, so you don't have this social media and everything. So I was curious, but I didn't know nothing, you know. And every day, everybody was talking about derby. And I was thinking, yeah, okay, it's not a big deal. There is another team in Athens. It's a big opponent. We will try to win the title, but it's not necessary to make you know, a story with this kind of games, you know. But when the game finally arrived, I thought it's crazy. It's completely crazy. The fans, I don't remember if this year or the next year they came in Piania to stop the training session. They went.
I think the next year, but okay.
Okay, yeah, but the fact that the fans, you know, they come and they interrupt the training session. They speak especially to the Greek player to tell them to play good, to play better. So they put big pressure. And what I appreciate a lot, it's when we play in Kariskaki, we leave Piania all together in a bus, in a pullman, with all the policemen, and we are driving very slowly, you know, on Atikodos. So like it's like a war atmosphere, you know. Yeah. And you go to the battlefield, and you want to die on a pitch for your shirt.
That's the greatness of Greek derbies. I want to know, did you have any contact with the president then, Nikos Pateras? Because there is one photo that is you and Nikos Pateras giving you a bonus, and I don't remember if it is in December of 2009 or in the summer of 2010.
No. It was at the end of the season when we did the double.
Yeah,
it was at the end of the season, probably end of May, something like this. But we saw him a couple of times. I know that he was close to Jibril. When I signed my contract, he was not present, but he gave me a phone call just after the signature, and it was Costas Antonio, the general manager at this time. It was a great president because, you know, when in Olympiacos we have Marinakis, you need to have a strong president in terms of image, in terms of communication, to exist in a media and to give you confidence. Because if you don't play with the same weapon, you cannot win the war.
How do you remember the season 2009? No, another thing. Do you remember the game against Roma in Italy?
Yeah, it was this season. Yeah. 2009, 2010.
Yeah, February with 3 goals in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What do you remember from that game? I want to know.
The first thing I remember, it's when we learned that we are gonna play against Roma in December, and we were thinking like, oh, it's gonna be very, very difficult because Roma was one of the biggest team. And there we first won the first game, 3-2 home. And we went to Roma 2 days before the game. You know, normally it's the day before, and I remember it was very, very, very long. Like if we came to do some tourism, you know. But on the pitch, it was not that easy. They had a very, very, very good level. I remember, especially the end of the game, we were, you know, it was a tough game, but. We are lucky also to have Jibril and Ninis, so we were able to take the space, and we were very realistic because if you had played a second game like this, I'm not sure that we're gonna win. So it was I don't know. It was great because the stadium was full. Also, we had a lot of fans. And this war between the two cities, you know.
Roma, Milan.
No, Roma, Athens, you know.
Roma,
cities.
Sorry.
This also this story put some interest to the game, and I think it was good. We play this job. We do this job to play this kind of game. So. And we are not the favorite teams, and we pass this tour.
Okay. In the end of 2010, Panathinaikos won the double. I want to tell me your feelings in the game when you won the double against Iraklis, if I remember correctly. When she scored in 30 seconds.
I think we drew there, no? Or we won? No, we won 1-0.
No, 2-0.
2-0. Yeah, it's a complex feeling, you know, because all year long you train and you play to live this kind of moments, you know, to be champions. It's a long-term job, it's a long-term work, so it's like we did the job, you know. We know that the next few weeks, even maybe the next 2 months, we will be very happy, and we have to appreciate those moments because the season was not easy. And Tenkat was fired. We were eliminated in the Europa League against Standard de Liège, this Belgian team. So we had to do something and to do the double. I think the first one since 2004 was important for new player like me, Jibril, and to realize that we were in we build a small part of Panathinaikos history. So we are proud.
Jibril had promised the champion when he first came. He said, "I promise to you that we are going to conquer championship." And he did it.
That is that's the way Jibril is, you know. And when you are the striker, when you are the star of the team, it's a kind of sentences that the fans like, sorry, and yeah, he has a good character. He has, you know, the mentality, the winner mentality, and he proved it on the pitch.
After the double year, Panathinaikos went the summer of 2010 was a very weird summer because Nikos Pateras withdraw from president for Panathinaikos, and then the coaches Kostas Antoniou left, and then Carlos Freitas came. How do you remember the summer of 2010 from its beginning to the end? Because I will remind you that you went to America, and you won Inter. Okay, Inter, exactly. The great Inter.
Yeah. Of course, I remember. We first play against Milan, then we play Inter. I remember that the first time that I played against Samuel Eto'o, I was really impressed. And I remember that Sebastian Leto did a great job, and because of him, Zanetti stopped after 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I also remember that at the end of the game, second half, when Maicon came in, it was like a nightmare because he was on my side, and I realized that this team is a great team. But in preseason, even if we won, it was not meaning anything. But yeah, I remember that's great. It's also for this kind of moments, to go to America for the preseason. It doesn't happen in a small team. So also we had to appreciate this moment. But maybe we didn't know that the season will be so difficult.
Yeah, I want to ask you, how do we say that? When did you ever have contact with Govou or Boumsong or Plessis, three players who came that year? Did you ever said anything to them before they came to Panathinaikos?
No. I knew Boumsong from the young team of the French team, under 17. So I knew him. I knew Govou because I played against him many times, but we didn't have personal contact. So I just, heard through the media that they are gonna sign, and I welcome all these French guys when they came. So the atmosphere was great because we were together all the time for the lunchtime, breakfast, and for the training session. So that was very nice, because when you are abroad and you have French people or people that speak French, that's good. Unfortunately, on a pitch, it was another story. Even if we did some good games, but yeah, when we don't win the league, it's a defeat. It's difficult, but that's life.
Yeah, I want to know something about Sidney Govou, because it is rumored for many years that when he came in Greece, he was a drunkard. That is what the media says. That he drinks a lot. He didn't came in training. Was that true?
I don't think that he missed that more than one training session, maybe once. So Sidney Govou, he won 7 titles in a row with Lyon in France. He was in the first 11 on the French team for years. So he knows how to train and how to perform. So I don't think that his life out of the training camp is so important, because he proved that he's a great professional. and we spent a lot of time together at Peña, and you know, even me with other player, we like to go out after the game, and because you know the nightlife in Athens is great. So
Yes.
when you are serious during the week, and if you don't lose, I think you are allowed to go out a little bit just because it's a job with a lot of pressure. So I remember that me personally, I used to go out, not very often, but yeah, I used to go out. So Cine maybe a little bit more, and as it's more famous, maybe it makes bigger stories because I was not like Govou or Cissé or the player for Olympiacos. You know, when I was out, it was just me, my friend, and it was not me like only a player of Panαθηναϊκός. So about Govou, yes, maybe he had some problem with the media as well, and they create some stories. But yeah, for the training session he missed, I cannot tell you that he missed some session. I remember that maybe once it happened.
Okay, I'm not pressuring you. I want to say something. Before Panathinaikos started the season, you have a new trainer, Antonis Kesos, if you remember him.
Yeah.
He was a trainer that he left after 1 month. I don't remember exactly when he left. The media charged him that the team was, how to say that, didn't play good football because of him. He didn't train you nice. He didn't train you well. What do you remember of? He was he a good trainer? Was he a bad trainer?
I remember that he tried to create a good relationship, and he was talking a lot, you know, trying to have this link with all the players, very human in terms of was close to us. So we like this kind of coach, but you know, you are just players. So even if we have some opinion, if we don't like a coach, if we like a coach, I remember that Tenkat left. We were second, not that far from Olympiacos, and he get fired. So the same happened. Sometimes it takes time to make the team playing good. So we have no power on this. I just remember that he was working like crazy, 100% focus on the team. Sometimes it works, sometimes not. And you know, I've been professional for 15 years, so I know one thing is that you can be 100% involved. The coach is the most important and the most difficult job in this industry.
Yes. Panathinaikos in the 2010-2011 season have had many expectations because you were the team who won the double. But Panathinaikos started with a draw against Skoda Xanthi in Leoforos. And after that, Nikos Patras returned to be the president of Panathinaikos. What was the situation in the September and August of 2010 in the team? Did you ever spoke for the presidency, for any of this?
To be honest, not that much. You know, when you are in August, you just did the preseason. They retired. Now the game starts. We were traveling, and as we don't read the Greek newspaper, I think foreign players, you are able to be a little bit out of this, let's say,
pressure.
Yeah, pressure. Yeah, we can say that. So, which is good in one point, because you remain focused on your own work on the pitch, which is the most important. But I know that in Greece, people, they like maybe more what happened out of the pitch than in the pitch. So as a foreign players, I was it was an advantage for me to don't always talk about the president, what happened in the club. But it's complex. But I realized that everything that happened later, it's because of this situation. So I know the keys, I know all the information. So that's the only things that I can regret.
Panathinaikos started bad the season in Greece and even worse in Europe. You remember 5-1 from Barcelona. Do you remember that game?
Yeah, of course. Of course. It was like it was yesterday. My first Champions League game.
But I would like to say that it's okay to lose from that Barcelona, okay?
Of course, because
that Barcelona, you couldn't win that.
3 or 4 years later, 3 days later, they won against Real Madrid 5-0. I think I spoke with Abidal, I spoke with Keita, and they agree. They also think that this Barcelona was the best ever, and maybe the best football team ever. so
for me,
yeah,
and for me too, it was the best team ever.
I think so, really. So yeah, we can lose against Barcelona, but against Copenhagen at home.
Yeah, Copenhagen. Against Copenhagen, I didn't remember. Did you play Noaka? Because Gilberto Silva played as a stopper in that game.
I didn't play. I was injured. I remember the game. It was so difficult to see that we draw against this team home in Champions League. Because even if we didn't have the level to go to
the next phase,
at least home against Copenhagen we had to win, and because we draw also against Rubin Kazan, I think we drew twice,
and then Barcelona won 3-0 in Oaxaca. And then in Copenhagen, I want to tell you that you scored a goal in Copenhagen, which was the number 1300 from Panathinaikos to European leagues.
Okay, I didn't know. I remember the goal, of course, but I didn't know the statistic. Yes, okay. I was proud to have scored this goal, but also the game. This game showed the real level of the team. I think we were not built for Champions League. To be honest, we were built to play Europa League. Champions League was too much. The rhythm. I think the rhythm of the Super League doesn't help to have a good rhythm for Champions League or Europa League. It's too slow, and we had all players, a lot of experience.
Yes.
But if you play slow every week, it's difficult to play faster on Wednesday in Champions League.
I understand. After that, Nikos Nioukias left and Jesualdo Ferreira came as the new coach. What was the first, what was the first time you saw him in Paeania? How was he as a person?
I think he was already a little bit old, comparing to Nobias. So he had this distance, and but I remember that as he was the coach of Bordeaux for a small period, he was able to speak some word in French. So he came to see us French players, and we start talking a little bit. And I think he has very, very good method, also tactical, the training session, and all the guy in the staff, Nuno as the coach of Wolverhampton now. All the staff was great. To be honest, it was it was pleasure to be trained by this technical staff. It was not easy for them, and I remember that I was injured when they came. I had a problem in my finger.
Yeah, you broke it.
And I just came for the game against Barcelona. I don't know, the second one, I think. Yeah, the 3-0.
After that, Panathinaikos didn't play well, but you were close to Olympiacos in the standings. I want to go to the game in Karaiskaki.
The fight, you mean?
Yeah, this terrible game. We are not. First of all, about the game, what were your feelings all the time you playing this game?
We felt, and I felt very confident. I think maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, because it was a long time ago. But I remember that we did a good performance. We did a good football, and I think we were better than Olympiacos. And we deserved to win. But yeah, we play. You don't play home. Everything is against you, and okay, we all know the story. But before the problem happened and the problem started, we felt very confident, and we felt that we have to win. And if we win this game, we are going to win the league at the end of the season.
Do you remember the phase? No, Katsouranis' goal. He was offside with two players. I don't. He was offside. Right. Yes.
Yeah. Of course, I remember. It was like one very, very big scandal in this game. So it shows that at this time, at least, Olympiacos and Marinakis had a lot of power. And we knew after this that it's going to be impossible, because Olympiacos was at 7 points, 4 before the game. So it was the critical moments to win and to stay close to them. So we knew that we lost the league this day, and it was very hard to accept.
Okay, but now we are going to the worst part. After the game ends with Djibour's goal, fans of Olympiacos came inside the stadium and started hitting you. What happened in those 5 minutes until you left the court?
Okay, we were very disappointed and very disappointed about the game first. So we are sad and disappointed about the referee decision. So big frustration, So when we saw the fans jumping on the pitch, it's not like if we had win this game. If we had win this game, okay, I could understand. They are scared about the league. We won here in Karaiskaki. They want to fight. Okay, let's run to the dressing room. But we had a big frustration. So personally, I thought, okay, you just won, even if you don't deserve, and above all, you go on the pitch to argue with us. So that's not gonna happen, man. So the first guy came in front of me, and I gave him a kick on his knee, and I even think that he's not able to walk properly until now. So it was like a revenge, like it was not fair. So I say, okay, you want to fight, let's fight. Okay, there were a lot, so the fight we didn't fight for 1 hour, but at least the first reaction was this, you know. In Africa also, I saw this kind of situation, but it's even more dangerous because normally it's when you win against your opponents, and the frustration comes from the fans. But now it's the opposite. So
have you ever saw that thing? Fans jump in and attacked on players of the opposite team. Until then, did you ever saw that?
Sorry, I didn't hear.
What happened until you left Karaiskaki? Did anyone from Olympiacos came in locker and threaten you, something like that?
Okay. So after this small fight, we went finally to the dressing room. Everybody was pissed off, of course, because losing in this way and after fighting against the fans, it was too much, you know. And we were not able to go out maybe for, I don't know, 1.5 hours. The situation was very, very bad, but we didn't know nothing. I didn't know if the fans were close to go in or I didn't know, you know. We were thinking about this league, we lost this game, this fight, and so it was very difficult to accept. But we know that when we go to Karaiskaki, it's war all the time, or before the game, or on the pitch, and now it was after. But about the Olympiacos fans, I don't know exactly if they were close to come in, or I cannot say.
In that summer 2011, the Panathinaikos started to have economical problems. When did you remember to have economical problems from the team? They didn't pay you.
From the beginning of the season, immediately. You know, I don't know all the countries in Europe, but I can take the French example that you have your salary every month. Okay, you come to Greece and they explain you that you're going to be paid like every 3-4 months. So, for example, I don't know, maybe you are supposed to have 3 months salary in September.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say on your contract, you have 15th of September. So, 16th of September, you give a call to the club to say, hey, I didn't receive my transfer. And now they answer you, oh, easy, maybe it will be in 3 weeks, maybe in 1 month, don't be in a hurry. Easy. So, yeah, but it was like this even the first 2 years. That's what I mean.
From 2009.
Of course, they never pay on time. But okay, once you understand this, okay, you even don't think, because you are in a big club, they will pay you, no problem. But this season, started very bad, and I don't know, maybe the first time they pay, it was like after 5 months. It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare, and because even if you win a lot of money, if you do some investments, you need to have regular salary, like
payment, yes.
Every day, like your contract mentioned. That's all.
I want to know, in 2011, many Panathinaikos players left: Gilberto, Govou, Garcia, Jibril. Who was your favorite teammate until then?
My favorite teammates. I had two. It was like my partner in defense when we were traveling. It was Sayegi,
mm-hmm.
because we were together all the time, even if we had competition together. We were in the same room, but sometimes we knew that one or the other was playing, and I was also very close to Boumson. So normally, when you have 3 players in the same position, you don't have this nice relationship, because it's a big competition. But it was a healthy relationship with them. Very clever guys, we were able to have a very nice talk. So yeah, I was very close to them. And the other guy, I was seeing him even after Panαθηναϊκός, was Simao.
Oh, Simao Mate Junior, yes.
Yeah. Fantastic guy. And so, yeah.
I'm looking for him to take an interview with him. Okay, I will do that. Okay. Panathinaikos in the season 2011-2012, your last season, didn't have all the stars he had in the previous season, but he started very well in the games. If you remember, Leto played as center for, and until November he put 12 goals. And after that, in the February and March of 2012, what happened? And the team started to lose games, and we went to Aka.
Good question. To be honest, I don't know. I remember that I left the team January until mid-February because I went to African Cup.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the reason I play less, even the months before the competition, because before this season I was playing 100% of the game almost. So, to be honest, I don't know, because we were, even if we don't win the leagues the year before, we're winning almost every games. We had good ambitions, and I remember that in the club everybody was sad about losing games because nobody understood how it's possible. And but I think that at the end for the playoff I don't remember exactly the results.
Okay, yes.
And it was the end of the season was difficult, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I want to remember the game against Olympiacos in Oaka, the game who stopped in 82 and never continued. What happened in that game? Did you know? Because we heard from the last week that there are going to be fans or someone inside the stadium who are going to do things.
I think it starts already before the games.
Yes, and before
between the police and the fans.
Exactly.
So it was a big tension. I think it's always linked to the death of this young guy a few years before. I don't have the details.
I don't remember exactly. Yes.
So it begins before. Then I think the halftime. I don't know. I think for the halftime we stay in the dressing room like 45 minutes.
Yes, again the same. And in the 82 minute, with Olympiacos winning 1-0 with Abdul, the referee stopped the game and never started again.
Yeah.
What was the situation in the locker room until you left from Waka? What happened?
To be honest, I don't remember very well. It's I think in the dressing room we didn't know about the reason that our fan acts like this, because it was like a suicide. You play against your biggest enemy, and you give him the chance to. You gave him the game. You gave him the victory. Even if you were losing on a pitch, that's another story. But you gave him weapons, because it means they win the game. We are gonna have penalty fees and some points, and it was the end of the season almost.
And at the end of the season, Panathinaikos lost the championship because of that. At the summer of 2012, I wanted to ask you previously. In 2011, did you want to leave for Panathinaikos?
Me, no. If I could stay even more, 3-4 more years, I would have stayed because I felt so good. I felt home, in Panathinaikos, in Athens, generally. And even in 2012, I spoke with, I spoke with Grigoris, maybe. I don't know which dirigent was. Maybe Kostas maybe came back. I don't remember. But I didn't want to leave. But I realized that with financial problem, it was like impossible. No. I never wanted to leave Panathinaikos.
Okay, in 2011, Panathinaikos changed ownership. The new president was Yannis Alafúzos. Do you ever met with him? Did you ever spoke with him before you left?
Yeah. I met him, and of course we spoke together because they owe me money at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to sign some documents that prove that they owe me money. And at the end, they never gave me this money. So I sadly remember Alafúzos and the fact that we were sending email to each other. So of course I remember.
You remember him. How do you remember him? What kind of a person was he in the first year of Panathinaikos ownership?
Yeah, very simple guy, not show off, not like it was the opposite of Pateras. But I didn't know about his business and his life. President in a football team, you don't spend so many time, and you don't speak with the player like other people. So I didn't know that much. But I was a little bit disappointed after I left the club. Because he didn't respect what he signed, the document he signed. So I cannot say that it's a good, I have good opinion of him because
he didn't respect. Did he owe you money and never gave it to you?
At the end of the season, they owe money to many players. So
yes,
okay, for me, Panathinaikos is my family. So we signed a contract with the amount they owe me, and I had to pay in 3 times. So they paid the first 2 parts, and the third part they took out a big amount to say that it's to pay the taxes. But my contract was net of taxes. So they took my money to pay the taxes I had to pay as a club because I didn't have any taxes on my contract. It was net.
They stole your money. In simple words.
They didn't give the money they owe me, so they didn't respect the contract. And more than this, with many players that did the same. It's like if maybe the tax rules change during my contract. But my contract is the same, so the team, the club has to pay the difference. And with many players, that's what they did. With the Simao, Jibril, and everything. They I don't know, it's like they decided that we had to pay these taxes, and they talk with the French, we say, not government, but the tax foreign service.
Yes.
And we all received some threats that we had to pay big amount. So they didn't pay my contract, and above all, I had to pay more taxes because they didn't want to pay. So at the end, it was a nightmare. But okay.
You didn't took money, but you paid taxes.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, but
so
Panathinaikos, yes. No, Panathinaikos until then had a debt about 50 million somewhere.
Yeah. So it's it was difficult, and And so yeah, but okay, still Panathinaikos is the best part of my career, despite this financial problem. Football is still passion. It's the fans and the story of the club. It's not people that don't want to pay. It's different, different parts. So
okay, but I want to know, do you know anything about the situation in team now?
I know that we don't even. You see, I say we don't even reach the playoff. So it means it shows the level of the team. So I think I know a lot of players that moved to Panathinaikos last 5-6 years.
And what did they tell you?
You know, Anthony Mounier, Koulibaly, all these guys. In my time, they never had the level to be in a team. So when I saw them signing, I knew that the level, it was like a new chapter, like, okay, we are a normal team. We don't have any special ambition. We have a nice shirt with a fantastic logo, but on a pitch, it didn't, I don't know.
I will say that to you. When you came Panathinaikos in 2009, in the UEFA ranking, he was in place 27. When you left in 2012, he was in place 40, and now he is in place 237.
Okay, I think sometimes statistics don't lie.
Yes.
Don't lie. And we also, except the first year, I think we didn't also act like we tried, but so the last year without Jibril and with all this financial problem, I think it was special season, and with the crisis in all Greece, that's why we start going down with the ranking. But as I remember, we were fighting to finish first or second.
Now we are fighting. Yes, now we're fighting to finish in fourth place.
Yeah. So it's new chapter. But when financial difficulties will be done, I don't know when.
They are done. We owe nothing, and we are still 3 years. Okay, it's a very painful story. Let it.
And but still, with all the problem I told you, for me, Panathinaikos is like I don't know. It's it's family. I gave a lot on the pitch. I trained very hard, and I lived my experience there 100%, and I'm in Greece at least once a year, but now with the virus it's more difficult. But I have still friends. I speak with friends in Greece like every week, and I work now with Greek brands. So I'm linked with Greece and Athens and Panathinaikos forever.
Okay. What are you doing now after you stopped football?
Now I'm doing a lot of things. I do football comments for Canal Plus, but it's Canal Plus International, so it's not a channel that produce for the French market, but for African markets and Asia. And I do comments for Serie A in Italy, for Spain, Germany, Champions League.
Okay.
I will do for the Euro. So I do this, and I'm an importer and a wholesaler of spirits.
Say it again. I didn't hear you.
I'm an importer and a wholesaler of spirits and alcohol.
Okay, now I heard you.
So, and I have a lot of Greek products in my portfolio. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing now, and I'm very busy. Yeah.
Yeah. If Panathinaikos would you like to come again, Panathinaikos, to work as a member of the coach team or in any place?
With my network I have, I think I could be useful, but I don't know. I'm not a coach, I'm not down for the pitch or for the young team, and But
not as that. I mean, as scouter, as how to say, manager of media, something like that.
I don't know. I don't know any people. I think that Gilberto tried to do something in a club a few years ago. I don't know exactly what he was doing.
It was disaster.
Okay, I don't have the details, so I don't know. I just saw him arriving and I saw him leaving, but I don't know, between what he did.
Okay.
But with this kind of mission of work, you have to understand. You have to know all the people in a team, in a club, to see if you are able to do your work properly. If it's just to make a photo with the Panathinaikos on my suit the first day, and then to have an empty mission and no power, it's useful. But I don't know. I would like to move back to Greece. That's my idea in some years. So why not?
Okay, Mr. Kandé, I'm going to thank you for being with us today, and I'm sorry for the length of the interview.
No, it's okay. When I talk about Greece, when I talk about Panathinaikos, it's passion, it's my life. So it's just the difficulties is to find the right time. But once I start, okay, I say what I have to say.
Okay, thank you again. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you too. Bye-bye. We talk.
Bye.